Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you to the Association of Belarusian Business Abroad, ABBA, which when I first read that, I thought that you were a rock band. And in the theme of music, I need to foot stomp what Deputy Assistant Secretary Smith said. The anthems this morning were so moving, I feel like I should sing my remarks, but you do not want that. This is a momentous occasion on the heels of the strategic dialogue and the first convocation of ABBA here in America to really stimulate and deliver on what we know are the top priorities for our support here in the US, but globally by setting the bar high for connection, collaboration, community, and building the foundation for a future that we know Belarus both deserves and is working so hard for. Thank you to the Department of Commerce, Department of State, all of my US government colleagues, but most importantly, thank you to all of you for your commitment, your innovation, your entrepreneurial spirit. That's the spark that ignites hope, prosperity, choice, diversity, and ultimately momentum towards a better future. I'd like to also thank Svetlana Tikhonovskaya for her strong and courageous leadership. Das Smith, of course, Ivanka Servilova for their inspiring words. And I'd like to thank our team and all of the folks behind the scenes that have helped pull this together. The United States recognizes the strength, resilience, and courage of Belarus's civil society and democratic movement. The United States again calls on Lukashenko, the regime, to end its crackdown, release all political prisoners, and open dialogue with political opponents. The Belarusian people deserve a voice in determining their country's future. With that being said, I want to start by reiterating the United States' condemnation of the Lukashenko regime's sham parliamentary elections earlier this week. These elections were held in a climate of fear and repression, conditions that cannot in any way be called democratic. The regime is currently illegally detaining more than 1,400 political prisoners, and at least 5 political prisoners have died in custody since 2020. Through violence and intimidation, the Lukashenko regime has sought to repress free and independent political discourse inside Belarus. And despite this, we have seen incredible bravery and perseverance from Belarusians in recent years. And I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge all political dissidents that remain in prison. We have not forgotten you, and we will continue to fight for your freedom. Bearing the sacrifice that the Belarusian democratic movements continue to make towards a free and democratic Belarus, we're here today to talk about the importance of private sector engagement in building the market-based democracy we want to see in Belarus. Strong, diverse, innovative businesses will lay the foundation for a democratic, prosperous, and free Belarus. A thriving economy is the best indicator of a thriving democracy. Creativity and hard work of capable entrepreneurs will not only lead to a strong economy, but a democratic society that enables a vibrant future for all of its citizens. A vibrant market-based economy, as I said, is a sure sign of a thriving democracy, and there's no better way to demonstrate that democracy delivers than the freedom and agency to earn your own living, to do what you choose to do with your skills, and to being able to choose with whom and where and how you will do business. Prior to the fraudulent election in 2020, the burgeoning private sector in Belarus drove societal changes and promoted openness to the world. We heard that earlier from the speakers. And I want to reinforce that. We worked with Belarusian organizations to expand access to finance and business services, to provide those less fortunate with economic opportunities, and to promote and respect human rights. Through these efforts, Belarusian people showed that they want a stronger, market-oriented private sector. Today, USAID continues to support Belarusian entrepreneurs through education, startup acceleration, and access to venture capital. These tools help businesses adapt to a changing and complex environment. We create jobs, foster innovation, and generate revenue supporting a future democratic and prosperous Belarus. This is happening both inside and outside Belarus. And we need those connections, and I hope all of you today are thinking about the connections you make here and how we can reach back and continue to support those that remain behind and are working hard inside Belarus for a better future. One example I'd like to give is that we are supporting the Belarusian private sector through a 5-year, $10 million project we call Innovate. Innovate develops the ecosystem for creative entrepreneurship and expands the role and flexibility of the private sector. By retaining key players and networks, Belarus will expand the connections to Western markets and prepare for a market-oriented democracy, laying the foundation today for that future, in which all of you have a vital role to play. However, we cannot do this on our own. The United States government, entrepreneurs, and businesses in the room. As trailblazing Belarusian entrepreneurs, all of you have given back generously to your country at such a critical time in history. Successful small businesses help expand access to diverse markets, reducing political and economic dependence on Russia. And strong partners like all of you are necessary to achieve our goals for the future we know Belarus deserves. Private sector employment also reduces the Lukashenko government's control over income, providing new opportunities for democracy building, and as such, you all serve this critical role as an independent, sustainable pool of resources, providing technological innovations to ensure that otherwise silenced voices are heard. I want to thank you all for this critical partnership and the important investments you continue to make. We at USAID are honored to continue our 25-year partnership with the people of Belarus. We have always believed in the potential of the Belarusian people and will stand by your side through these difficult times, working together for this better future. By building this critical economic ecosystem, we can reliably support the pro-democratic movement, even in exile. Our programs, our partnership, reinforces the work of all of our partners and all of our networks, and most importantly, we believe serve as a stabilizing influence within the region. As Das Smith said earlier, the future of Belarus has not only regional consequences, but global consequences. And so together, I hope we can renew our commitment and get some momentum to build a free, independent, and democratic Belarus that delivers for today, but for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ambassador McKee, for your insightful speech.